Okay, guys, good. So if you like this video, if you're having fun with it, please share it with your friends, okay? Pass it along. And you can also subscribe to our channel if you want to by touching the logo on the bottom corner. All right, let's have some fun. All right, you guys, how you doing? My name is Luke RINEHART. I have been doing martial arts all of my life, and I primarily teach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu right now. But during this Corona pandemic, I wanted to share with you guys how to practice nunchucks. Now, I haven't done this in a long time, actually, but I think I have plenty to remember and show you, so your kids could have fun practicing at home. Even if they don't have nunchucks, I'm going to show you how they can just use a t-shirt to make a pair of nunchucks so they have something easy to practice with. And I'm sure they can be creative too, figuring out new ways to practice or create nunchucks. So if you don't have nunchucks, you could just take a t-shirt, and I'm going to point this down so you can see it on the ground a little bit more. Okay. Take my shirt, and I'm going to fold it in half and just roll it up. Oh, you can't see that. Okay, so I'm going to take my shirt, lay it down, just fold it in half. Fold the sleeves in, then I'm going to roll it up. Okay, now I have 2 rubber bands. And I'm going to take the rubber band, I'm going to put it on this end. You know, so I have a good handle, so above the fist. And I'll just probably loop that through twice so it's nice and tight. So we got that side. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Good. So now it just looks like this. That keeps it from flapping around a whole lot. So now I have something that I can use to practice with. It's nice and soft even, so they're not going to get hurt practicing. But it works, right? It's going to help you practice and learn without getting hurt. Okay, so you can just use a shirt if you want as your pair of nunchucks. You can be creative, but be smart, okay? You want to be safe about it. You want to make sure that when you're practicing, not standing in an area where you're going to bang into other objects in the home, lights, mirrors, TVs, people, anything like that, okay? Now, here's another cool thing you can do with the t-shirt. Took my rubber bands off. If you want to be a ninja while you practice, you take your t-shirt, and this is where the head usually pops through. Okay, so now I'm just going to take that, I'm going to put my head through the bottom of the t-shirt and bring it to where the head pops through right here. All right? It's going to be my little mask area. These are the sleeves. I grab the sleeves, I pull the sleeves back, and I'm going to tie the sleeves behind my head. Voila! Now I have an awesome ninja mask, and I can practice my nunchucks while looking like a ninja. Okay, so we have some good things ahead. Make your nunchucks, and let's practice. All right, you guys, let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to learn is called the switch. At least I call it the switch. Now, when you're holding your nunchuck, you don't want to hold it at the base so much, but up just a little higher. Not all the way down at the bottom, not all the way at the top, a little below the top. All right? Okay, so from here, I'm going to hold the nunchuck over one of my shoulders, and my hand's going to come across the front and grab the handle. And now I'm just going to pull it through. I let go with my top hand, I pull it through, and switch to the other side. So as it comes up over the shoulder, I catch it in my hand. So the hand comes across the front right now. Sometimes people will go around the back like this. Not what we want to do right now. Right now we want to bring the hand across the front and catch it under the armpit. All right? So I bring it over and I catch it under the armpit. Just nice and easy. You want to make sure that you let the handle pop out underneath a little bit. It's gonna swing under so that I actually can catch it. I don't feel like I have to reach for it. I gotta swing it enough that it pops through. So if I hit it with the top of my shoulder, it's not gonna come through. If I hit a little deeper, it's gonna come through. So this is the switch. And we can just switch back and forth. All right, so as you're practicing, just be careful of the things that are around you. Don't hit anything, don't hit anybody. All right, it's your turn to practice the switch. Okay, so again, starting with the nunchaku over the shoulder like this, we're gonna practice a 3-step move. It's gonna look like this. We're gonna go from this shoulder to the opposite hip, over to the same side hip, up over the shoulder. Okay, so it's opposite hip, back to the same side, over the shoulder. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it looks like this. If I just keep it going, it looks like that. Now I want to be able to practice this on both sides, so I can incorporate the switch in order to help. Look at that. So here's the switch. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Switch. So the switches can help me switch sides that I use the hands on at any time that I want. 1, 2, 3. Switch. 1. So now I'm practicing both sides, incorporating a switch. I'm always bringing it over to my shoulder right now to start. This is just our starting position. It doesn't always have to be this way. That's just kind of how we're approaching it right now. And then it's 1, 2, 3, switch. 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 1, 2, 3. All right. Your turn to practice, guys. Let's go ahead. All right, so now we're just gonna add 2 more little taps to that. So look, sometimes this helps us with our transition, so it gives us a little bit more time, but just also add some extra little swings in there. So I'm gonna start in the same over the shoulder position. I got my 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna add a 4 and a 5 to this. So 4 is just gonna be to go under and 5 back over. 4, 5, 4, 5. So have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice once again how I'm doing most of the work with my wrist right here. My elbow's not moving very much at all. So right here, mainly wrists. But when I'm coming from high and low, I gotta move the arm a little bit more. But even here, it's just mainly the wrists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can catch on 5 now. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and catch. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and catch. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and catch. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so I can catch on 3 and switch on 3. I can catch on 5 and switch on 5. All right, with this underarm switch that we're doing right now. All right? Okay, guys, your turn. Let's practice. Okay, you guys, you're doing a great job. I'm gonna keep building, all right? So we kind of are building our foundation right now. What we're learning is different tricks. And then all these different tricks that we're learning, we can just combine into a freestyle routine, okay? So we just did our 5 taps. And so we've also seen how to switch one after the next, okay? And we also saw how we could go switch, 1, 2, 3, switch, 1, 2, 3, switch, and we can also do that with the 5 tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. Okay, we can also do this right off of one tap. I can go 1, switch, 1, switch. So when I grab, instead of coming right over to the shoulder, I go to that opposite hip right away, and then up over that opposite shoulder. All right, so I'm transitioning from my right side to my left side. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. So if I'm doing like a 5 tapping switch, it gives me a little bit more time, a little bit more movement. 3, a little less, and then obviously the 2, the 1, 2. I'm just switching side to side faster, and then just the single switch is the fastest switch. All right. So we can do switches all the way up if we want to. All right. So now we're going to learn something called around the world, and we're going to learn another switch, the back switch. Okay, so we have, this is called the underarm switch, and we're going to learn the back switch. All right, so around the world is this. I want to take the nunchaku, and I basically just want to bring it around my head. All right, that's around the world. Go all the way around the head. Like that. Yes. Very good. Now, we're going to go from around the world to around the back. When I go around the back, I'm going to catch it in my hand, just like this. So I'm feeding it from my right hand to my left hand, and then my left hand can take over. So I switch sides again. So I can go around the world, bump, switch. 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 We can add all of our other things in there and mix them up as much as we want. But I'm going to go around the world, bump, switch. Around the world, bump the hip, come back around and switch. Around the world, bump the hip, come back around and switch. Around the world, bump the hip, come back, switch. Around the world, and here. So it looks like this. All right. All right, you guys, it's your turn. Let's add that in there. Around the world, bump, and switch. All right, you guys. So now, from the around the world, bump, and switch, I'm going to bring the hand back around and then catch it in the front this time. Okay, look at my palm facing out. Catch. And now we're gonna roll it. All right, so I'm going to let go of this one. And the one that's dangling right now is the one that I want to catch with the same hand that I'm holding this one. So I'm going to let go of this one, let it roll on my wrist, and catch. So from around the world, I can come here, or from the back switch, I do a front catch, and then we roll. And I can keep repeating that process. So now again, this hand's going to let go, and it's going to move this direction, and this one's going to catch right here. Okay? Now it's going to stay connected to my hand. It's hard to do slow. I'll try to go slow. I'm going to stay connected to my hand. I don't want to let go. I don't want it to sling away like that. I want to keep it connected. Stay connected to it the entire time. I'm going to let go of the grip, but stay connected. Around the back, catch, and roll. So I can go around the world, bump, switch, catch, roll. Around the world, bump, switch, catch, roll. right? So look at that, after I roll, I can also just catch, roll, and switch. Catch, roll, switch. So I don't have to go around the world. I'm just showing you how things combine. Now, I'm holding it kind of vertical right now, but I can also hold it horizontal. So when I catch, I can do it vertical and I can do it horizontal. Nothing's gonna change, just the angle of the move. I gotta make sure there's enough space, so I extend my arm as I roll it. So right here. And vertical. Looks like that. All right, your turn to practice. Okay, so now we're gonna take a quick look at your basic figure 8. So for the figure 8, I'm literally just gonna hold it and I'm gonna draw a horizontal 8, like this. Now I don't wanna stiff arm it like this. I wanna use mainly my wrist to do it. Mainly the wrist. And this is just the basic figure 8. Now I can also use a catch, like that. You know how we did the 4 and 5 taps earlier, like this? Well, I can also catch anytime I want, just by pinching the elbow. So I can go figure 8, and catch, and switch. And then from here, a lot of times, before I switch, I'm gonna let go and get into that figure 8 again. Okay, once you have the figure 8, we're gonna add a wrist roll to that. So we have the figure 8, which looks like this, but we're gonna add on the way down. When I go down right here, down on the way out, look, I'm gonna roll it one extra time and go back into the figure 8. Down, and look, so my thumb is gonna turn in and down. We roll it one extra time. So if I do the basic figure 8, it looks like this. But when I add the extra roll, look how it changes. It's nice. It adds a nice little extra loop to it. It makes it a lot more fancy. And it's actually, you can go faster and smoother this way. All right? So again, I'll try to show with the wrists. This one's kind of difficult. Got the figure 8, looks like this. Just drawing the sideways 8. When I add the extra roll, it's right here. Thumb comes turning in and down, and I just circle, and then come right back to the figure 8. One more time. Like this. We can catch. All right, you guys, your turn to practice. Let's give it a go. Okay, you guys have done a fantastic job. These are just the basic foundations of using a single nunchaku. All right, and if you get really good at these, I'll show you how to use doubles, how to use 2. All right, so keep practicing. Now, everything that you practice, you just want to start to combine together. No particular order, you just want to start to feel different ways to combine things together. Doesn't matter. Just doing some of the different random things that we practiced. Another thing with the practice is just keeping your hands, keeping everything nice and tight as you practice. You don't want to talk about much how to stand or anything.